You guys, I lost my money. I came to the casino for the first time. I lost my money, yeah. They gave me this ticket with 0.880. This is the machine with 0.80. I had $175 when I came here. So one lady showed me how to play it. I had the money in this small hole. I put the money in this small hole, yeah.
In 2026, sports betting is legal in almost every state in America. It's on your phone. It's on the scoreboard. It's in the commercial break. An estimated 1 in 5 American adults now bets on sports regularly. Most of them are fine. This video isn't about most of them. It never starts with rock bottom. It starts with something that feels harmless. A scratch-off. A lucky number. A free voucher.
My name is Anna, and I'm a compulsive gambler. My last bet was 9/25/23. Today's my 10-month anniversary of quitting gambling. If you would have asked me a year ago if I thought that my life was gonna be where it's at today, I probably would have laughed. I didn't see myself changing my ways or changing my life. I lost a lot, not only financially, but emotionally. I was deeply depressed. I was suffering from not only anxiety, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't eat. I was suffering a lot, not only due to my addiction to gambling, but just my bad choices overall in life. And I decided to get help. And if you're watching this video, you made it this far, I would love to encourage you to get the help that you need, regardless of whatever addiction you're suffering, whether it be alcoholism, drug addiction, any addiction that you may suffer from. You deserve to be in a better place, and you are worth it.
Nobody hands a kid a scratch-off thinking this is how it starts. But for a lot of people, this is how it starts. And then there's the win. The one that convinces you this is a system you can beat.
About 15 years ago, me and my friend went to Harrah's, Atlantic City. We lost all our money really quick, and we realized we didn't have any gas money to get home, and we were on empty. Being broke young guys at the time, I told my friend if we were gonna get home, we needed to get to Bally's first, and I had a free voucher for $20 free play. So we go over there, and I cash in my voucher, and it's for roulette only. So I go over to play roulette, and I get $20 in chips, and on 4 numbers, $5 a piece. And my friend looks at me and goes, dude, that's all we have to get home. Like, put it on black or red. At least we have almost a 50-50 shot. I said, look, we're gonna hit on the number, and not only are we gonna hit, I'll tell you which number it's gonna be. So I'd say it's gonna be number 19. My friend is just in shock, like, why am I doing this? So wheel spins, boom, 19 hits. He looks at me like I got 3 heads. He's like, all right, let's go. I'm like, I just hit, you know, for $175. And I'm like, I'm not leaving. I spin the next one, boom, 19 hits again, another $175, minus the 20 that I had on the table. So then I spin the next one, and one of my other numbers I play is 31, which touches 19, and the ball kind of just stood between 19 and 31 and never dropped down. So it was a no spin, and I didn't get upset because I just made almost $350 off of nothing. Spun the next spin, and 31 came out, and I won another 155, and spun the next one. It missed, and you know, came up about $400 off of a free voucher, and we got our gas money to go home. So always trust your gut, and never play black or red. Play those numbers.
He tells this story like it's a lucky night. It's also the exact shape of how the hook sets.
Fucking no way, bro.
Lit tonight, nigga.
Fuck! Oh! Oh! Shit! Damn! Oh shit! That boy got a...
A rabbi in Atlantic City spent years watching this exact moment happen to strangers at his door.
Biggest waste of money in existence. Gambling addiction also destroys thousands of lives. Yes, and unfortunately I know this firsthand. I grew up in Atlantic City. My father is and was the Chabad rabbi in Atlantic City, and we'd have all different kind of interesting people around our Shabbat table. People would come for vacation, for business, and some were gamblers, and some would get into trouble. And we'd receive a knock on the door randomly all the time, and a person would say, "Rabbi, can you help me out? I lost all my money in the casino." So yeah, my father would give, in the early years, would give, "Here's $20, get yourself a bus ticket." Unfortunately, the person would come back. They gambled that money too. I remember when I first got my license, my father used to send me on these missions to the casino to take a person, buy a bus ticket, put them on the bus, and watch the bus leave.
He watched this pattern for decades before most of America even had a betting app on their phone. A tech sales job in San Francisco, friends, his own apartment, and a number he still can't say out loud.
A lot of my debt comes from my gambling. What I would do is my American Express would allow me to send money to my friends off of my card, and then I would just have them give me cash.
How often are you gambling, and with how much, and what are you playing, and where, and why, and when?
I like playing blackjack. I'll play it. I'll gamble on anything, anywhere. I mean, if I think I can make money, I'll bet money towards it.
That's not a system. That's someone running out of ways to lie to a bank. Some people build the debt in silence. Some build it in front of a camera and call it a plan.
I got into a shit ton of credit card debt because of gambling, and this summer, I am going to pay it all off by working my ass off.
In the UK, one man's addiction ran for over 20 years.
By age 24, I was in well over £50,000 worth of debt solely due to gambling. And so that I didn't have a mental breakdown day to day, I would carry this delusional belief that I could get myself out of it if I could just access enough money. I could win it all back somehow. And I was taking out loans, and every time I took out a loan, I would say it was to consolidate my other debts, and I never paid them off. The figure just grew and grew, and my parents didn't know. And one of the most stressful experiences I had in the whole of my active gambling addiction, which was over 20 years, was on this day. I'd taken out a loan with Marks and Spencer's for 12 grand, and I had to be at home to meet the courier so that I could show him my ID, show him I lived at the address, do the paperwork on the doorstep, and then they could release the funds the following day. And I remember, I think they gave me like a 90-minute window of when he would be there. And I was at work, and I remember I told my boss that I was going to the dentist so that I had a little bit extra time for my lunch break. But I had to drive from Basingstoke to Farnborough, which was about 25 minutes, do this necessary business, and then drive back. But at the same time, not let it clash with my mum coming home from work, who worked part-time, and every day she'd be in around 2:15, maybe 2:20 at the latest. So I remember I just flew out the door, sprinted down the M3 in the car, obviously, fastest I've ever driven, and get there, and he's not there. And then I'm sat there just thinking, he has to come soon. This process can't take that long. He can't sit on the driveway doing paperwork for when mum comes in. We've got to wrap this up. And I remember he came right about 10 minutes after I'd arrived there. The process took about 10 minutes. I've never done it so fast in my life. He must have thought, what on earth is up with this guy? That I didn't want to make it seem like I was rushing too much, but at the same time just wanted him gone. Probably should have told him that I didn't want my mum to know, and that might have, but at the time I was just too nervous and too apprehensive about the whole thing.
This is one morning. 25 minutes there. 10 minutes of paperwork. 25 minutes back. Also, his mum would never know. Sometimes the turn isn't hidden. Sometimes it's a phone call at midnight.
What's up?
What's going on? What's wrong?
Just lost a little money on FanDuel. I'm straight though. I ain't tripping.
How much was it?
You love me?
Of course, you know I do.
I'm folks at the rent money and the 2 pot notes.
It's okay. It's okay. I know you trying. It's okay. You know I get paid tomorrow. I can give you my whole check.
That's your whole check.
Yeah, so you can cover it. I mean, what else we gonna do?
That's not a bad night. That's someone's whole paycheck, gone before it arrived. And sometimes it costs you the job that was supposed to fix everything.
I lost all my money sports betting, so now I'm at McDonald's for a job interview because Victor Wembanyama can't hit fucking 3 threes. Bum ass. How much do you guys like pay?
It depends on your availability.
I just can't work weekends, like Saturday and Sunday. There'd be like a lot of NFL games on, so I like to watch those and I like bet on sports sometimes.
What about Thursday night football?
I was watching Thursday night. I almost won like 500 last night, but Green Bay didn't win, so.
Oh, wow. Who they play?
Detroit. My money management's not too good, so I was like gambling recently on sports. Lost like a lot of money. So that's why I need like a job now. And almost had to like sell my car. I lost like 6,000 on sports betting, so it was really bad. You watch sports?
I watch a little bit of football every now.
You be betting on gambling or not?
Oh, no. I actually was a single mom for years, so every dollar counts.
Oh, I see that, because you don't want to throw away. Then they be having those commercials now, telling me they can turn 100 into 10,000.
Yeah,
so
I see it all the time. I'm like, can you really, though? Because
I don't know.
that 100 back if you don't. Yeah. How do you handle feedback?
I mean, I'm usually pretty chill.
He didn't get the job. He went to open a credit card. Not to eat. To bet with tomorrow. A father of 2. A DraftKings account. And a decision was made in a bathroom on a casino floor.
And then November the 12th, 2022 comes around, and I wake up feeling sorry for myself after about 8 or 9 months of not gambling. And I say, I'm going to give it one more try, because clearly I loved that. There's something about that. It can be different, is what I said. And I won in the morning. And I tried to cash the money out, but that particular casino had a 24-hour like ACH deposit to withdrawal period. So I couldn't get the money out till the next day. And I said, that's unacceptable. I'm going to go to that casino's physical property and yell at them at the cashier's desk, and then they're going to pay me out. They told me the same thing. So now I was up money, a couple hours since my last bet, not 9 months. And I turned around and I'm in a casino. And I was like, well, my last bet date is going to be today either way. I might as well just keep going. And I spent the next 12 hours on a binge that would put me into debt for the next 6 months. The debt is not what got me to stop gambling, but an experience that I had about 8 hours into the day. I had taken out the cash advances on the credit cards, maxing them out, so I had a wad of cash as loose bills in my pocket, more than I could pay back, like with all the fees. If I deposited everything, I'd still owe money. And I went to grab my phone, and all the money fell out on the floor in the bathroom of that casino. And I freaked out. I was picking everything up like, oh my God, I hope no one saw that. I might get robbed. Like, what's going on? And then I get everything, and I take a deep breath. But then I start laughing like a crackhead, like just a crazy person. And the reason that I was laughing is because I had this thought. Throw the money back on the floor. It will be better. Because if you do that, someone might pick it up and leave with it. Maybe they'll buy their kid dinner, or they'll have a good day of some kind with it. But if you keep it, you're going to go back out there and lose everything. The thought did not stop me. But after I did lose everything, proving myself right, I said, it's never going to be any different than this. And I went back to meetings and I got help. But what was different about that time, or this time, is that I found a purpose alongside it.
He put the money back in his pocket. He went back out. He lost it all. He was right about himself, and it still took years to get out. For his wife, rock bottom arrived as a confession. $90,000 and 2 years of lying underneath it.
A little over a year ago, my husband came to me and told me that he had a gambling problem and had lost all of our savings and was about $90K in debt. He admitted to lying to me for about 2 years before this.
Divorce him. I don't need to hear the rest of it. What a fucking loser.
And how much he had in his savings. He kept telling me, don't worry what I have. We're fine. We could buy a retirement home. He also accused me of wanting to know what he had so I could take all of his money. He worked a ton of overtime, which just turned out to feed his addiction. When he told me I was on maternity leave with our second child, so we didn't have much of a savings account. I took out a home equity loan to pay off his debt, and now he pays it. I still struggle to trust him and feel as though I'm waiting for it to happen again.
She took out a loan to cover his debt. For years later, she's still waiting to see if it happens again. For her, It was watching someone she loved disappear into it, and the day she finally said it out loud. Every addiction has its own version of this morning.
I've been avoiding something, and today I want to share it with you. Let's talk about my debts, because honestly, the past few months they've been piling up. And for a while I've been ignoring them. For a while I've been pretending that they don't exist, convincing myself that if I just get a big win on the casino, I can clear them all. Now, I know from experience that that didn't happen. The last time that I got into debt and told myself that I'd get out of it by gambling resulted in me not being able to pay my debts, having to enter an arrangement where I would be bound to for at least 5 to 6 years of my life, affecting my ability to be able to go and get a house, affecting my credit score. Now, it has saved my life. The IVA has genuinely saved my life. I wouldn't know where I'd be without it, honestly. But the point is that you can't get out of debt that you got yourself into by gambling with more gambling. So since I spiraled the last few months, like I say, debt was piling up. I find that when I'm actively gambling, I'm very careless, and not just in the sense that I just, deposit onto the casino without thinking, but I'm careless in every aspect of my life. So, for example, parking fines. I don't get them when I'm clean from gambling, because I know that if you don't fucking pay for your car, you're going to get a parking ticket. But when I'm actively gambling, it's like I don't give a shit about anything. Nothing else matters.
A parking fine, a knock at the door, a TV that isn't even his. This is what the debt actually looks like up close.
Did you know gambling addiction is the most ignored addiction in America? This is part of why gambling addiction is getting out of control. The hotlines are overwhelmed, underfunded, and most importantly, outdated. People are literally falling through the cracks every single day. So here's what you need to know. Did you know gambling addiction is one of the only addictions that receives no federal funding for resources? Did you know only about 1% of problem gamblers ever receive treatment? Did you know over 40 states profit off of gambling taxes, but less than half spend a dime on programs? Did you know most therapists don't get any formal training on gambling addiction because it's mostly treated as just a throw-in? Did you know people with gambling addiction are almost 20 times more likely to unalive themselves than the general population? The system profits, the people suffer, and the silence is killing us. That's why I talk about this, because someone has to.
This isn't a fringe problem. Stop predatory gambling estimates Americans will lose $1 trillion to gambling over the next 8 years. 5% of players account for most of the industry's profit, and people are starting to get asked about it on medical intake forms, right next to questions about drugs and alcohol. If you watch this whole thing and recognized yourself in the middle of it, not the end, the middle, that's not too late. Every person in this video who made it to the other side started in exactly the spot you might be in right now. You don't have to figure it out alone tonight. National Council on Problem Gambling, 1-800-GAMBLER. It's free. It's confidential. It's there at 2 a.m. If you're not struggling with this, but you know someone who might be, this is the video to send them. Not a lecture. Just this. If this resonated, share it. It might reach someone at the right moment.